must go now.
Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Xavier, the painting.
La maledicción. This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go!
No! Papa!
Senor, in here.
Search them. Of course. Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move! Non, monsieur! Not la malédiction! Oh. Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together. The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time. It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead, but from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around. It wasn't the best time to call, Nico. Now wasn't the best time to call, Rickenbacker. In the pocket was a pair of nail clippers. They were monogrammed. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off. The priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere. The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left. Even unconscious, Lane's body reacted to food. I prodded Lane with the clippers. With all that padding, he didn't even feel it. No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone. The poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. Spanish modernists certainly didn't come cheap. I wondered how many paintings they'd sold at these prices. The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded. The door was locked with a keypad. The wires from the camera ran into the room behind. It must have captured the whole robbery. If I could get the code to the keypad, I might be able to shed some light on the crime. This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. Looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play. So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job. The pressure pad appeared to be working fine, but the cut wire had ensured that the alarm wouldn't sound when the painting was removed. The pressure pad appeared to be working fine, but the cut wire had ensured that the alarm wouldn't sound when the painting was removed. Just $90,000 for this one. The label said it was painted in 1932. The gallery wanted $80,000 for it. Another painting with a working alarm. Another working alarm. So the thief took the only painting whose alarm had been sabotaged. But why that painting? Why that particular one? I didn't think there was any need to test another painting alarm. It was clear that only one alarm had... I didn't think there was any need to test another painting alarm. It was clear that only one alarm had been sabotaged. Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. Work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, Excuse me. I must pray.
1 minute, I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next, I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. The street was quiet and upmarket, not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. The room looked like some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor in the corner. You got a hand, French. They know how to take a leak in style. From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass. For a moment, I contemplated getting on the next train out of here. But a man was dead, and I had a job to do. Father?
Yes, my son.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
Do you recognize these?
Nail clippers? I'm not sure what your point is.
Would you like this piece of pizza?
A man has just died. No, thank you.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car. I want to get in."
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
What do you know about the man who painted La Maledictio?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire, the fire of eternal damnation.
What did you mean when you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
He definitely looked better. Poor guy. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within. Poor guy. There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. A cryptic note in a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office. Father?
It's my son.
Hey, Father. How about a squirt?
I think not.
Is there anything else you can tell me about La Maledictio?
I've said everything I care to on the subject.
Do you know anything else about El Serp?
I've already told you everything I can.
Father Simeon looked troubled, but who wouldn't after witnessing a murder? There was no mistaking this body. It was Hector Lane, art critic extraordinaire. He and I had met before. Poor guy. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. Maybe there was something out here that would help me crack the case. Excuse me. There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody at the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty. Know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusier.
Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. Would you like a slice of pizza?
I think not, monsieur. You must remember we are in Paris, the culinary capital of the world.
Recognize these?
Nail clippers.
The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
There's no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away without paying.
Last night. What sort of time?
After midnight for sure. If you see him, give him this bill and tell him to pay up next time.
I wondered if he was in a hurry. Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
The Sacré-Cœur Basilica. The highest point in Paris. Impressive. Father?
Yes, my son.
This is an unpaid bill from the cafe next door.
I can assure you it is not mine.
Is there anything else you can tell me about La Maledizio?
I've said everything I care to on the subject.
Do you know anything else about El Serp?
I've already told you everything I can.
Take a look at this, Father.
I've already given you my thoughts about that.
Take a look at this, Father.
I've already given you my thoughts about that.
Take a look at this, Father.
I've already given you my thoughts about that.
Time to awaken the beast.
What?
What was that? It smells like 70s. Where am I?
You fainted. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
Excuse me, Mr.
Food! My nerves demand food!
I found a slice of pizza.
Asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a sal volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
Are these your nail clippers?
Of course. See, they're monogrammed with my initials.
Oh, looky here. This is interesting. An unpaid bill from the cafe next door.
Your point?
It's your bill, Mr. Lane. Pink champagne. Nice touch. The waiter wants you to pay up, by the way.
My financial affairs are none of your business.
Nico wasn't answering her phone. No surprise. Mr. Parker?
What now, Stobart?
I got some new information on the Blue Lizard case.
Go on, knock me out.
The thief only took one painting.
One painting or a dozen. Doesn't make any difference. We'll still have to pay out.
But he specifically targeted that painting. The alarm wire to that one was cut.
So, it was an inside job. Who else is at the gallery?
There's a priest.
Uh-huh. As my mother used to say, never trust a man of the cloth. She should know she married one.
There's a guy called Hector Lane.
Lane. Why does that name sound familiar?
He's an art critic. I think he's connected to the exhibition.
Now, could it be him?
It couldn't possibly be Lane.
Squeeze him anyway, and bring me the pips.
If I was going to squeeze Lane, I needed longer arms than these.
Find out who disabled the security system, then find that painting. And don't call back until you have.
I had nothing new to tell Rickenbacker, and he wasn't really the chatty type. Nico still wasn't answering her phone. I was beginning to get worried. Father?
Yes, my son.
I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. The bus was balanced precariously on the pedestal. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. I just needed a little fresh air. It looked like the office for the gallery. I wasn't going to leave until I'd solved this crime. I wasn't going to leave until I'd solved this crime. Hi, it's me again.
You assume, monsieur, that it was you last time.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic peddling meaningless aphorisms.
So Lane ran up this bill last night? Are you sure?
Oh yes, he was plying his latest pickup with my best champagne.
Anything else you can tell me about Le Lizard Bleu?
Rien.
He wasn't interested in that the first time I showed him. I didn't think I'd learn anything new. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery?
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Away.
Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Maledictio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. How long had you known Henri?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow's gone and got himself killed.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that. The evidence is piling up against you, Mr. Lane.
This is ridiculous.
I have evidence that puts you near the gallery late last night. But give me the code to the door, and the cops don't need to know a thing.
Impossible. What evidence?
An unusual painting turns up at your exhibition and gets stolen. Doesn't look good, does it?
And your point is?
The cops are going to ask some awkward questions. But give me the code to the CCTV room, and I'll do my best to point them elsewhere.
I cannot let you into that room, Mr. Stobart. Besides, Henri found La Maledictio, not me. I had nothing to do with it.
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code. Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me. The number is 6397. But I admit to none of these spurious accusations.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast. What was that number again? 642. No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this closed. Nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mou. Our paths had crossed before. Sergeant Mou, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard, an unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man! Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius, a man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and let the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am in, Madame Collard.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Mou?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind. I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case act. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
This was madness. Sergeant Mou wasn't going to let me. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Mou?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. He's a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
Ah, That would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last incident.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can... It was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moo. You've been so helpful. The body was still in there. I had to get back inside. It was an office. The room was full of strange trinkets. The pissoir was decorative and unpleasant. I wasn't going to leave without comparing notes with Georges.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You stand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who have their spa days, their almond croissant,
That bad, huh?
and the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappes.
Point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
It is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was... Yes.
An intricate stained glass window, irresistible to any tourist. Salut!
Bonjour, madame.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Moo wouldn't be interested in my press card. I remember nothing else about the crime.
Then you should tell Inspector Navet immediately.
So I can go inside then?
No.
Do you want to see my the thief?
Ils ne passeront pas.
You know, if you are tired, surely your duties are suffering.
Madame, I am a consummate professional. I would never shirk my responsibilities. I will stand here as if my life depended on it.
Thanks. Sergeant Moo was blocking the entrance to the gallery. Moo was the kind of cop that got places through obedience, not intelligence. Moo wouldn't be interested in my press card. Hi, George. I'm outside.
Thank God you're safe, Nico. I tried the phone, but I couldn't get an answer.
Inspector Moo is out, not letting me in. I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered. Looks to me like a job.
So, no ordinary robbery.
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledizio is evil. I need to get into the... Maybe you could help me out?
Ronnie, I'm at the exhibition over in Montmartre. You won't believe the scoop I've got.
You're kidding me. Like a possible...
A paint... This could be the scoop I'd been waiting years for.